Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Run With Me at 50 Plus. I am Amanda. As you can see in the description today, I will be bringing you the recap of the Every Woman's Marathon. This was a state number, let me see if I can remember. I got to recall. This is state number 10, I want to say, for me on my journey to running one marathon in all 50 states. So we're going to start off with the hardware and the apparel of the Every Woman's Marathon. This is just the second running of the Every Woman's Marathon. The first one was in Savannah, Georgia. This one was in Scottsdale, Arizona. So I was able to check off the state of Arizona with running this marathon. So first off is the shirt. So as you can see, it's blue with Team Milk on this side, and it is from the company, what is this company? I don't forget. It's the Rabbit Company. Y'all know. Well, if you know, you know. But yeah, this is the company that produced the shirt. And also on the back of the shirt, it says, if I can move the hair, it should say Team Milk in all large letters. So yeah, hopefully you can see that. Or Every Woman's Marathon, I'm sorry, not Team Milk. But yes, that's the shirt. Technical tee, short sleeve. And this is the medal. You can hear it dangling here. But this is the medal. It says Every Woman's Marathon, Team Milk across the top, Scottsdale 2025. And it has a little, let's see. What does it say on here? Every Woman's Marathon on one side, and what's on the other side? Maybe the same thing. Oh no, and then you just have the actual logo of the race. So this is what you have here for the medal. I thought it was cute because it's kind of like see-through and it's gold plated, very pretty. And this is the back of it. But yeah, this is the apparel and the hardware. So now let's start with the expo. I'm sorry, not the expo. Travel. Of course, I'm traveling from Georgia, so I traveled to get to Scottsdale, Arizona. So I flew into into Phoenix, and then rented a car and drove over to Scottsdale area. So there was nothing, out of the ordinary with my flight. I am so grateful that these flights are going the way they're going. Don't have any issues with them at all. So from there, the race was on a Sunday. I flew in on a Saturday, which is typically what I do. I fly in Saturday morning, do the race on Sunday, leave on Monday morning or afternoon. So nothing changed in that regard. So now we are going to move along to the expo. I'm also going to try and provide pictures to kind of give a better description of what I'm describing here, or a scenic description of what I'm describing. So yes, expo. First off, let me talk about this race. The expo was fabulous. I love the race because I love all the vibrant colors, because you can see them here along this strap here that the medal is on. The blues, the greens, the oranges, the pinks, love the colors. So it just caters to women. So all the signs and everything, they had those colors on them as they were welcoming us. The expo, just a lot of colors. Part of the expo where you got your numbers inside of a building, your bib numbers, and then outside they had the actual expo. So they had, what all did they have? Different little stations set up where you could take pictures. You can find your name on the list of all the runners. They had the official merchandise booth out there. They had like drink booths out there and other little snacks. I think there was like ice cream stands. It was just all kinds of things that I thought was very like, I mean, I guess the way that you can kind of describe this race is that it was a soft race. It catered to females. Everything was like, female thought out because it was a race for women. So basically, I think it was over like 7,000 people who registered to run. It's also like a beginner-friendly type race where I think almost half of the participants, this was their first time running a race. And yeah, they don't have like a time limit, I don't want to say. And if they do have one, it's kind of like a lengthy amount of time where everybody will be able to finish. Also at the expo and all throughout the weekend, they had celebrity presence there. So they had Catherine Switzer there. She was the first woman to officially run the Boston Marathon. Then you had the Olympic medalist Dina Castor. She was there, and the Boston Marathon winner Des Linden had her there as well. And they had some at the expo, or I'm sorry, post race, they had some festival entertainment with, I think she was a Grammy Award winner, Sarah Farrell, so she was there. And so yes, basically this race was great. The expo was excellent. There was really nothing else that kind of stood out to me other than those features, which was excellent. From there, we move along to the post-expo or the pre-race day dinner. So the night before, we found another pasta spot, restaurant. I do not recall what it was, honestly, so I'm not going to even try to sit here and think about that. But we did have pasta the night before, and from there we went to our Airbnb, and we prepared everything like I typically do for a race the night before. So I got together my water bottles, and I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, was this the first marathon that I attempted not to have my hydration vest on for? So I only had my handheld, my Nathan handheld. I think this was the first one, but I'm going to put pictures in this video as well, so you'll be able to see kind of what happened and what took place throughout the weekend. So that worked out fine. Everything was great with preparing, because typically I've switched now to, well, I still have Element, but I also use Tailwind. I've been using the Tailwind packets in my Nathan bottle. So I put a full Tailwind packet in there, and the 18 ounces of water, and that's what I would sip on during the race. But before I get ahead of myself, that's what I did the night before. I got my peanut butter sandwich together. I got my banana together, and everything was ready. All my gear was ready for the race. Right. Fast forward to the next morning. We're getting up. I'm getting dressed. I am eating my banana, and I'm also eating the peanut butter sandwich. And I typically do this en route to the start line. So I probably would eat the banana while we're driving in the car, and then I would eat the peanut butter sandwich between parking the car, getting on the shuttles, and getting to the start line. So, and also I have just a plain bottle of water that I'm drinking too. So that's kind of been what I've done. It's been working. So I typically don't stray away from that process. So we get to the start line, we do our normal, we, take pictures, we do our start line videos, and we kind of stand around, and, we're ready for the race. Also for this race, remember, it was in Scottsdale, Arizona, therefore it was warm. So I was able to actually wear shorts and a sleeveless technical shirt for the race in November. So yeah, but it's Arizona. So we did that, and we started the race. So we didn't really have any issues with the actual course itself. It was a pretty flat course. It was fast, or as they say, flat and fast. But toward the end, once again, it was kind of an incline, because I do remember, and it did get pretty hot out there for that race. I do recall that. But along the course, because it was a point-to-point path, it was, had wide roads and pathways. We started out at the West World of Scottsdale, which is also where the expo was. And the finish was at I think it was at the Scottsdale Civic Center. So that was where the route that we took. Oh yeah, also I do recall that the length of the race was 7 hours and 45 minutes. You've had, more than enough time to try and get it done so that they can try and accommodate runners of all abilities. So yeah, that's pretty much how everything went. It was so nice, and ladies were encouraging each other. A little party. Along the course, there was somebody who was out there from the race event until the very last runner came in. So I thought that was really, really, really beneficial and helpful as well. Very important, so that can, make sure that everyone is included in this racing process. If you want this is cool, guys. Look at this. What's on the course?
And just in case you're wondering, my horse's name is Dusty.
Yeah,
and I'm
Dusty.
known as Arizona Singing Cowboy, and we've been doing this.
So finished the race, made it back to the Civic Center, excuse me, and, picked up my medal. And they also gave us, snacks and everything. So I sat there and I waited on my friend to finish. I took a picture with some other Atlanta runners who were also there. And so I also met some people that I follow on YouTube. I met them in person there, took pictures with them at that race and at that expo. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, that's really was the gist of the Every Woman's Marathon. I enjoyed the experience, enjoyed hanging out with all the ladies. And after the race, I do not recall once again what I ate, but I did have something for dinner. Not sure what it was, but we did go out and have dinner. I want to say we went to a little, did we go to Little Italy? Little Italy, I think we may have went to that restaurant and had dinner. And so, yeah, that's pretty much how that ended. Then from there, woke up the next morning. My flight was scheduled. I had an early morning flight. And so it was an early morning flight, although I had, I think, a layover or so. So I didn't end up getting back to Atlanta until that evening. But the entire trip was very, very pleasing. Enjoyed the experience. like I said, that most things that I would be considered like the downfall of it or something that was a little bit unfortunate is always the heat for me. The heat is the thing that gets me. I kind of get a little lightheaded or a little woozy or something like that when I run these races and where there's where it's very warm and there's humidity. But other than that, everything went well. And that is where I'm going to end this video. I will also provide clips and pictures in the video so that you can kind of see the experience I had. But like I said, the majority of these videos are for me to recap my journey as I run a marathon in all 50 states. So I am ending this video here. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know if you ran this race, or let me know if you have any other pieces of information or descriptions or highlights or things that were not so, good about the race. Leave them in the comments below, because I'm quite sure there are people here that may want to know more about these races as they continue to embark upon marathons or other races that they want to do in the future. So please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.